Hello, welcome to Sterling Armory's Sword Talk. This is episode, I don't know, 637. We'll go with that. And we just got back from a big tournament out west. And so today we're going to kind of recap the tournament. A lot of fun stuff. It was a great experience, I think, for all of us. And so we'll have Josh and Colton were able to join us at the event. So let's bring them on and we'll dive right into it. Hey guys.
Hey.
So I just the quick intro. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't even know if you can hear while you're off. Can you hear what I'm saying when you're off screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we had a big tournament, SoCal Sword Fight. The first year we were at that, and so we're going to recap that. But before we dive into anything else, we'll do some quick intros. If you're new to Sword Talk, we're just a bunch of guys who drink a lot of drink and make swords. So I think that's the best way to describe us. So we usually say that. We talk about sword talk is about all different sword topics all over the place, from film and movies to swords that we're making to swords that we collect, just all over the place. And this time it's about a tournament. So real quick, I'll start with the intros and then we'll round robin it. So my name's Chris. I've been making blades for 20 something years now, and it's been a passion of mine since I was little, and kind of balances out my other side, which is aerospace, my normal job. And that's me. And you can find me at we have Sterling Armory for Facebook and Instagram, and now if you're here, obviously you found YouTube, so that is us on YouTube. So that way.
I'm Josh Warbear, and I like to party.
There we go. All you need to know.
I'm partying tonight with water because we are old, and I say we're old. I'm old. Chris is kind of old, I guess.
I'm older than you are.
I think so, yeah. But I'm the most decrepit out of all of us, and I'm super tired from the convention. Either way, no alcohol or I'll fall asleep because I cannot catch up on sleep right now at all. Yeah, I've been doing leather work for 15 years, swords for 10, give or take, and
more than that,
props for films and stuff like that for about a decade as well. You can find me on Instagram at Warbear_Armory, and Facebook you can find me at Joshua Von Warbear. Sorry, my brain's not like firing on all cylinders right now. I feel like hitting that 2-cylinder.
Yeah, we're still recovering from a long weekend.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm Colton from Copperthorn Customs. I'm definitely the newest to this sword game here betwixt these guys. So kind of just making it for myself for maybe the last 7 or 8 years and doing it more professional, shall we call it, for the last year or so. Something in that range.
You've been rocking it, man. Rocking it.
You made me lose my train of thought. Not that I had a great train to begin with, but so you can find me Copperthorn Customs, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can obviously find me on Sterling Armory, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So
awesome.
Something like that.
And usually we go around the room with drinks, but I think we're all pretty tired today from the long weekend. So I did find you do have some. Okay. So we know Josh has some water. I actually I did find some Winter Jack. So
nice.
I actually realized that Winter Jack with some lemon juice kind of spikes it up a little bit. So that's what I have right now.
I have some chilled red wine. So
ooh,
Mr. City Balls.
Mr. City Balls.
Red wine would make me pass out like in a second. Right now.
Yep.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Existing is making me fall asleep. It's like when you were talking about I don't have the best train of thought. I feel like my train of thought right now is that like little cart push that you do the cart push with the two guys and it like just putters along.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were doing there for a minute. I was like,
you kind of got it.
I know, man. I've been working. Yeah, I fuck it.
Yeah. So we SoCal Sword Fight was new for us this year. In the past couple of years, we've done. I want to say Combat Con has probably been our biggest event, like throughout the year. And so, and prior to even to Combat Con, we would do Ren fairs and local fairs at different places. And but now we're doing more HEMA events, and I think that aligns up really well. It's definitely the clientele that I like, that really likes historical pieces and really wants cutters or sparring blades. So it's a great place for us. Plus, we like doing those events as well. So yeah, I've been enjoying them, and I'm excited for more of them to come up.
Sure.
Seems like HEMA is just growing and growing, which is great. And so we flew in, or you guys drove. So I guess it's
too soon, man. Too soon.
Flying. What's that even like?
So they were supposed to fly in on Thursday, but you want to tell the story?
If you would.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? I mean, you try and be smart. I mean, this is on the tail end of like we did Arizona, Valley of the Sun. Then right after that to Gainesville, Florida for 2 weekends for the Renaissance Fair there for Hogtown. And then right after that, went to LA for, or I say right after that, like pretty soon after that.
A week or two after.
A week or two. Went to LA. So, you try and be smart, book your tickets in advance and, and then like someone, not naming names, hashtag Spirit Airlines. Like everything's fine, everything's good. You're kind of miffed that you're gonna have to pay for a ton of bags that are gonna ascend quite steep in price. $40 for the first, $180 for the second one, $684 for the third one. That kind of stuff. And then one day when you're about to leave, like minutes before you hit the road or while you're on the road, you get an email that's like, "Hey man, our apologies. Here, have this $21 food coupon on us." And just kind of like, well, that was weird. And I saw the coupon, but I didn't see anything else. Yeah. And I wouldn't have even thought about it if Colton wasn't like, that vendor coupon thing was weird. Should probably check that out.
Yeah.
And then like, no
while
shit.
You're on your way to the airport.
Yeah, while we're on the interstate. Yeah, on our drive, we're already like 15, 20 minutes into it. And then no shit, 30 minutes after that first email offering condolences, they're like, secondary email, by the way, your flight's canceled.
Oh, and at that point we're like 15 minutes away from the airport.
Right.
So
and of course the only way to really like get things done quick is in person, face to face with someone. And I wasn't about to wait on the phone since we're already at the airport basically. So we decided that if they were able to do something, because this is ridiculous, and it wasn't that our flight away from Salt Lake was canceled, it was our flight to Vegas for the first leg was okay. And then that flight was canceled. That was like an hour flight or 45-minute flight from Vegas to LA. But that was pushed back to like the next day at 8 a.m. when the con starts.
Well, leaving at 8 a.m., right?
Leaving at 8 a.m.,
like
right.
We would have been landing at, what,
9:50? Yeah.
So, okay. Getting out of the airport 10:30. Let's say that.
Yeah, right, yeah. So, yeah, So it was kind of like, that's not going to work for us at all. And they're like, oh, yeah, that definitely won't work. So they just, we were just like, can we just get everything refunded back to us? Since we're 11 hours away, roughly, we're just going to have to drive now. So, yeah, they refunded us, no questions asked, and apologized. Then they sent us a new coupon that says, hey, my bad, man, have a flight on us. This next voucher is going to be good for anywhere you want to go. For $50 of it. So, guaranteeing we'd have to spend a few $100s to get that $50.
Yeah. Pays the taxes. That's about it. Yeah.
Oh,
about it. So yeah, so Colton and I played rock, paper, scissors on whose car we were going to take, and then rock, paper, scissors whether we stopped for a couple more, like at my place for sword stands. And we took off on our merry way to find
well, before you took off, he called me.
Yeah. We just were joking in the car saying, I bet since we're driving, Fields is really going to want us to bring those stands, but we didn't talk about it yet. And then you called back, and I looked over at Colton, and I was like, I bet you fucking like $20. He's the first thing he's going to ask is about stands. So I answered the phone for you and was like, yes, Fields, we're bringing stands.
Yeah. And before that, though, you called me and you were just like, "Yeah, we're just not going." And I was like, "What?"
Planes
I
canceled,
forgot.
we're not
Yeah.
going.
I was
Sorry.
like, hey, they
I
canceled our
believe you.
flight, so me and Colton just decided we're not gonna go, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
I've never heard so much sadness and depression in someone's voice.
I
You
wouldn't have
were-
doubted you, or I wouldn't
Oh,
have blamed you for staying back.
okay.
That was messed
And
up.
then I was like, I'm just kidding. We're on the way there now. You know, and you're like, oh, so your flight didn't get canceled. And I was like, oh no, that part was true. It definitely got canceled. We're driving now, so you know we'll still beat you there by like 2 hours, 3 hours or so.
Yeah, my flight was late too, but yeah, I mean, we've had
Everyone's was like
Yeah.
John Knock, his Florida crew.
they were
They
delayed by-
canceled their flight for an entire day.
yeah. You guys, especially you, Josh, you've been getting bad luck with flights. So actually, no, I can't. I did as well. I guess trying to come back from, or actually trying to get to the UK when I went. That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's been getting crazier these days.
it has been. So, but we do finally get there. Well, you guys get there first and
Yeah,
enjoy
we
the
rolled
night.
in maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
Carl?
Yeah. Right around then.
Hotel had a nice-ish hot tub.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't too bad.
It was definitely warmer the second 2 nights.
It
That
definitely
first
was.
night
Right.
was like a warm bathtub, maybe. Like
I think you're probably right. They probably just turn it off and let it like simmer and cool down, and that way it's like it's easier to try and like let someone leave the hot tub because it's cold than it is to like tell drunken teenagers you need to leave the hot tub now.
Right.
100%.
And sadly, we
So-
didn't record any sword talks there. I didn't
Is
bring
it
my
that
equipment.
sadly?
I know. Is it sadly? I don't know. I think the
Hot
audience
tub,
would be like, no,
yeah.
that's
Hot Tub Sword Talk 2.0 may not
Right.
exist.
I don't know if 3 pasty potatoes on the sword talk and the boiling pot was going to be that magnetic. Plus the glass walls in there probably would have just bounced all the echoes off everything.
Yeah, absolutely. It would have sounded awful. Yeah.
Either way, but that was rough, man. I mean, you know, by the time we got out of SoCal, it was just so damn cold. I
Yeah,
was like
that was
tired. Time to go to the hot tub and take a nap.
You're right.
surprisingly cold. Like in that
Yeah.
little wind tunnel we got set up in.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
nice
so-
for like 2 hours of the day.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so SoCal was in Costa Mesa, is that right?
correct.
Yeah, the
so
OC Fair Convention Center or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
in that area of California is usually warm year round, except for the days that we were at SoCal.
Sure.
Right.
Well,
And,
and the venue itself was awesome. Like I think they had a plenty of room. It's an easy to get to location.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
They realized though that area is a wind tunnel and they didn't know that ahead of
yeah,
time.
they had no
Yeah,
idea.
right.
So it's like no fault to the SoCal guys because
Right.
No.
it's a great venue and that's their first year there. So they're definitely getting that figured out. So
Yep.
Yeah,
no
but I had a
complaints.
blast. Yeah, no complaints for that. It was cold. Everybody knew it was cold. It sucked,
Exactly,
but
yeah.
we all had a lot of fun. It was cool
Yeah.
seeing Michael Sigmund and everyone else. You
Let's
know,
say
and-
Friday morning, yeah, we got in and we set up, but immediately I looked over like halfway setting up and I was like, I'm gonna go hit Mike's booth real quick. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
don't
was the deal.
exaggerate. Don't even exaggerate. You didn't make it to the booth to start setting up before
That's
you
true, yeah.
guys hit that. Like you dropped our bags on the
You're
way in. You're like, oh,
The
his
minute-
booth, his
yeah.
booth.
the minute I saw the parade of poofy pants, I was like, we gotta get to the Albion booth now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are just shoving people out of the. No, not really.
so I got a piece. It took me a while to think of. So there was 3 different ones I was bouncing back and forth on. Actually 4.
They had
Luckily,
a-
2 of them got bought before I made up my mind. So that worked.
Yeah,
And then Josh, I think you got yours first, right? You got yours
Yeah,
right
you were
away.
probably one of the
I
first
do. Would
sales
you like
of
to
the
see
day.
it?
I would, yeah. There we go.
Look at
It looks a bit different than when you bought it.
Yeah. That looks great
that.
now, man.
Ooh,
So that
that's the hotness.
does it still have the original grip color named on the scabbard?
Yeah, what is,
Yep. That's
Her-
herbaceous mint, herbalicious mint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it was awful. It was bad. I've got a picture on my phone ready to show
Oh,
you.
do you? Okay. Oh, I could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the green that was this sword grip.
Yeah, we can't see that.
Oh, damn.
No.
Not happening, huh?
If you block your face, you might be able to see it.
It's kind of a tint of green.
There you go.
What is that? Unicorn mint green?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
There it is. Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's not there, man. We can't see that.
Oh, it's
No,
gross.
yeah, you can't see it. But yeah, it was.
Oh, what's that tab you got pulled up, man?
Oh, there you go.
Oh no.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look how awful that is. Oh. Good
Somebody's
job,
gonna
Albion.
like it, though.
Albion, I love you. You're amazing. The grip collar just was kind of not my cup of tea.
There was
Pastels.
there was 3 pastels. The blue I actually liked. It was really real light blue.
If you did that in a combo with dark brown, like I think that could have worked out okay.
Oh yeah. Blue and dark brown is hot.
Yeah.
If it were me because I was looking at that blue one as well. What was that one again? That was the Asian core.
Asian core. Yeah.
I would have probably toned it like darker blue a little bit as well.
And then
yeah, look at that one.
I picked up the Earl.
Ooh,
it's hot.
And this is the darkened. I forgot what they call that, but the
black and steel.
Yeah, black with black. They have a name for it. Ooh. And yeah,
the Batman sword.
Yeah, Earl was. I actually really liked the Regent for a while, but the Regent's pommel just it's an awesome fishtail, but like when I swing that blade, it's a little uncomfortable for me personally.
Sure.
The Earl was the same blade, but just I think a better hilt construction, personally. And I went over with when I got home. I went with a steel wool and kind of lightened up the black a little bit, so it's more like gray.
That's hot.
Yeah, that looks good, man.
I might do a little bit more, but yeah, I really like this one.
Well, no, now you just let it age naturally beyond that point.
Yeah.
So, maybe hit it with some vinegar and salt water and see what happens. Oh no! Whoa!
Stop it!
So yeah, not only do we make blades, but we're also collectors, and I tend to collect. So like, I have that one, I have the Kingmaker, and the Sempok, because those are blades that I don't want to make. So, although I have made one similar to the Sempok in the past, but I don't plan on making any of those again. So yeah, and those are the hologround Type 18s, and I've made a hologround Type 18 before, and I don't want to do it again. So especially to that degree. Sure, so that's why I'm like collect. So
hologround is no joke.
Yeah, hopefully maybe we'll get a chance to. We've been talking about doing sword reviews on the channel as well, in a different kind of way, because we're kind of makers reviewing other pieces, but we got to make it fun. So if we ever get to do that, that'll probably be one of the first ones that we get to review.
Speaking of sword reviewers, special shout out to Kyle Smith for being such an awesome dude.
Yeah,
and hanging out at the booth and chatting.
Yes, Kyle, he picked up the Type 18C from me, and then I feel like he bought something else at the booth.
No.
Oh no, he was eyeing Josh's other piece. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Is he actually getting that, or are you?
He wants me to reprofile. I say reprofile. I'm going to reprofile it because of just like the thickness of the edges. He wants it sharp and functional, so I will sharpen it, but that means I'll have to reprofile the pommel a little bit to reduce the weight in the hilt to counteract the edge of the weight that's going to reduce from doing the edge as well. But after that, he wants the whole 9 yards. He wants a dagger, like the companion sets that I do. He wants those. So, yeah, I'll be doing that.
That'll be awesome.
In the meantime, it's back on the wall.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was officially set up or not.
But
yeah, so Friday, we just kind of relaxed at the booth, right? I don't think I didn't compete on Friday, right? But I think open longsword for cutting was Friday. And I think John not competed. I know a lot of people who competed. I just can't remember who it was. So, and then Saturday morning was arming sword cutting. So I started that. But arming sword cutting went from. We started at 9 in the morning ish, or probably 9:30 in the morning ish. We didn't finish till what, like 10:30 at night.
Something like that. Yeah, it was a long day.
Crazy.
With intervals in between, but. Yes.
It was fun. And then they had, in the middle of that, they had the beginner's longsword, which Kyle cut with our with that 18C. You got a couple good cuts. I was hoping to to grab the video here, but I couldn't figure out how to trim the video because it was quite long. But we do have some other some pictures and videos. If you guys want to go through them, we can pull them up now. What, pictures first or video first? Pictures.
Dealer's choice.
Yeah, we'll do pictures. So.
Well, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. So speaking of, I guess we'll do pictures in reverse order. Let me go back.
Yeah,
to there we go.
Oh.
So that was our gorgeous fifth setup with obviously with our prize Josh right there.
Yeah, those are some gorgeous. Those are some gorgeous pieces, and the swords ain't too bad either. You know
That's right.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we actually, this was probably one of our smaller events in terms of what we brought. Just because we've just been on 4 other events that we've come off of
in a row, like a week between each event. So
so that was kind of we had a limited stock, but I think Josh sold everything, right? So Colton sold just about everything, and I have 2 pieces left. Colton, you have what, 2 swords left? Is that, or 1 sword left? You have 2, right?
2 or 3. 3, I think.
Yeah. So we got to post those on the page, on our Facebook page. Or we just haven't had a chance yet. Yeah, usually. So hopefully next year, like if you go to Combat Con, when you go to our table there'll be a lot more pieces there.
Yep.
And then hopefully next year I can plan, at least for my own schedule, better. So we'll actually have more for this event. But the booth was great. So I guess all the vendors were kind of all on the line, and a lot of great vendors there. Everyone there was really cool. We were right next to Gary Ledford and his table. That was fun. So,
yeah,
Gary's always fun.
Good people.
Yeah. And then I didn't even notice this when I walked into the tournament the first day. I didn't notice it till Friday, and I walked in, I looked over, I was like, oh hey, that's us. So they made these cool banners, and they let us keep them too. So I was able to bring this home, and so
I'm
thanks.
surprised you didn't use the first picture of me pointing at it like an idiot.
Yeah, no.
Did it
good on you, man. Good on you for making me look good.
Yeah, that was a good picture. And so yeah, and thanks to RJ and Sean and Chris. I think Chris was also helping run these events and get all the stuff printed out. But it was super cool to see that. And so yeah, then this was all the arming sword guys, the top 4, and it was kind of funny because Ryan's on my left and Ryan is on my right. So 2 Ryans and then Jonathan, and then I ended up taking gold. And but it was funny because my middle name's Ryan, so it was 3 Ryans and Jonathan.
The battle of the Ryans.
It was a battle of the Ryans, yeah. But everybody was cutting pretty good. I felt bad for Jonathan because Jonathan was helping run a lot of events there, so he was every day was
stepping back and forth,
from competing to running an event, competing, judging.
That'd be a rough day.
Yeah, I can't imagine trying to get all that in there. And then the sword the sword that I'm holding there is the one that was the prize, which is let's jump back to so
make
is this
yourself big.
I forgot
the atrium.
Oh, nice. There we go.
So we should have did that when we were looking at the Albions. So yeah, this is the it's a quite long atrium arming sword, and it's pretty sweet. It's a Type 13, so it stays really, really broad all the way out. Even though it's a 31-inch long blade, it's pretty long and just under 2 inches wide at the base. It's actually pretty light. The downside is I kind of already have one. So I might be selling that one. I'm not sure. Go back to the
PM us for details.
Nope. How do I go?
Hey!
How do I go? There we go. Yeah. So,
what gives?
Yeah. So yeah, I might be selling that one. I'm not sure. So Phil Martin did an awesome job winning the advanced longsword, and he also Phil also ran the arming sword competition. By the way, so the cutting tournaments this time were just really well done. So we had a lot of variety in the events to the point where, I mean, you had to know how to do everything with your sword. So we had to cut, we had to thrust, in the longsword division, we had to block and cut, or at least the guys in the finals did, which was super cool. So there's a lot of different feats that really test all of your cutting abilities, and it was pretty challenging. I think we got some videos from the arming sword, but we had the one arming sword cut that always messes me up. But I got through it this time before the finals. It was the semifinal, and you had to cut 2 mats, both descending and ascending on both sides. And I don't know why I can always do that here at home, but when I'm at a tournament, that's always messed me up. But this time I got all the way through it, no problem. And let's go back to the slide set. Sorry. So that was the arming sword. It's a Type 18 that I made last year. Actually, I made that for Combat Con. I didn't sell at Combat Con, and then it sold before I got a chance to use it at this show. And when the guy bought it, I was like, "Well, hold on. Like, is it okay if I use it in the cutting tournament tomorrow?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem." So he was super nice about it, and he actually competed with it as well. And I think he ended up taking 5th. Or 6th.
Think so. I think
and it was his first arming sword cutting competition, so that was pretty cool.
It was the equivalent of buying, like, microtransaction, buying a better gun in Call of Duty.
Right. So we had, I think, 20-something competitors, 23 or 24, and he finished 5th, so that was pretty good.
That's pretty awesome.
So yeah, then sadly I had to let the sword go, so I got to make myself a new one. But that's actually the second gold medal that sword's won, so, or helped win, I should say. But yeah, so it was good for arming sword all around. And long sword, I knocked myself out sadly, so I did advanced long sword, and there were some hard cuts. And I realized that certain cuts that I was doing, I don't think, so the German Schielhau cut where your hands are supposed to be upside down, I don't think I was doing it the way that they wanted me to do it. So I don't even think they counted those cuts when I did them. Got through the mat though. And then when I was doing the thing that really knocked me out is when I was doing, we had a timed event where you had to do reactive cuts where you run up to a mat, do a cut, and come back. 2 different mats. And I had some really nice cuts on those mats, but every single one of those cuts cut into the prior cut. So it's like what they call a mountain. And if you do that, it's considered no points. So I had all these really nice cuts and none of them counted for anything. So, but it was still fun. And Phil won that one and he did an awesome job. So if you guys know Phil Martin.
He was on like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, he was on our highlight for Valley of the Sun. And so he took home gold there, and I think we all kind of expected he would. Anytime Phil's there, it's like, man, it's gold. Everybody else is competing for silver. But yeah, it was awesome. It was actually Julian did pretty good as well. But there was a lot of good cutters out there. It was a lot of fun.
Totally.
And the way RJ and Sean structured the tournaments and the way Phil structured the arming sword tournament, they were just a lot of fun. So yeah, so good times. Yeah. One of the other funny things is we noticed the floors were quite slippery all over the whole event.
One might say dangerously so.
Very dangerously so.
One might say, and go so further to say, litigiously so.
Yeah. And there's people sparring on these floors, and they're moving and fighting and doing all sorts of things, and I was like, uh-oh. So we were there a little early. Was this Saturday morning?
Saturday.
Probably.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
And,
because we showed up late Sunday because.
Yeah, that's right.
Shit.
Because Sunday.
Yeah, you're right.
So we took a little video. We posted this on our Facebook page, so if you've been on our Facebook page, you might have seen it. But we thought this was a little fun. You guys ready?
Wearing underwear today. No, I'm not wearing underwear today. Not that you probably care much about.
You can see how slippery the floor is.
One of the best parts about this is Chris did that like 9 times or something because he's sliding about 15 feet. He's starting way off camera slide, so it's an impressive slide. But if you would have started right at the edge of the camera like I did, you would have gotten across. But the fact that you're sliding like a crocodile mile, 15 feet, and then not making it quite is really impressive anyway.
Yeah, and I kind of swept the hallway.
Yeah, I kind of swept the hallway.
You want one more time? Yeah, here we go.
I'm not wearing underwear
At least I
today.
put a costume on.
No, I'm not wearing underwear today. Not that you probably care much about.
So you can see Colton kind of grab grit with his sweater because it pulls him into a backflip.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear this?
Yep. And with me, I landed on my side sliding through, and I landed wholly on my damn wallet, which has a big Mjolnir steel thing and a steel clip, and it just jammed into my ass cheek.
Right. I actually kept changing.
That was fun.
I tried it so many times. I did it on my back. I did it on my side. I was trying to get it like that.
Right. Yep.
You're just so slippery.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. I'm not stupid, so I only did it once.
Yeah. I was a little in pain after that.
Yeah. I was like, Colton, you want to do it one more time?
I was like, no, I'm good. Yeah,
I'm good.
That's fine. I fell over.
Yeah.
And we got another video. So this is the video of the arming sword cutting the final round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And, so this was cool. So I've always done doubles with longsword. I've done a double with an arming sword before, but it's been a while. And in the Chinese arts, those are actually somewhat common, but it's been a while since I've cut in the Chinese arts. And so when I came up, they're like, "You're going to do a double," and I was like, "What?" So what is that? I thought it was 2 double cuts on the same mat, and I was like, "Oh, that's hard." And they're like, "No, you have 2 mats, and you got to do double cut, but you can't stop in the middle. And if you stop, you're going to get penalized." And I was like, "Oh." So it's I think a little easier than a 2 on 1 mat, because that means you have to take as little at a time. But when I ended up doing it, I actually had room to do 1 more on my first mat. And some of the guys off the side were like, "Do 1 more," and I was like, the judges weren't looking, so I didn't want to push any issues there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So for you guys watching, when these pop up, they automatically play, and I don't know why that is, but it's a little loud on the background on this one. Actually, it's not too bad now. I turned it on. Nope. So 1, 2. I almost missed that. Yeah, I got. There's enough mat on that first one there that I could almost do another one. And,
Yeah.
So that was my first time doing that feat, like ever, and like it went pretty well.
Nailed it.
Yeah, the guy, the Ryan with the hat on, the Ryan just before me, he almost had it too. I think he could have had it. Actually, the first Ryan really could have had it, but he said
they all did great.
Yeah, on his first one, he had a beautiful cut, and that mat didn't even move.
It didn't.
But he said it shocked him that he did such a good cut that he forgot to keep going. So.
Well, he didn't think he had made it through. Like
Right.
He's like, it didn't budge, and so he's just like, wait.
Yeah. Did I hit the mat?
Oh, I guess I'll go again. Like you just like it's not moving. It's like that's crazy.
Yeah. And he was using an Albion Squire, which that performed very well and all the different feats. So it's a great thrusting and cutting sword, just like our Type 18s are. And so yeah, I was pretty excited to get when I was finished that cut. I stepped back and I was like, that was cool. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that.
It looked like you were surprised you did it on the first one, and you paused for half a second, and be like, "Are you kidding? Oh shit!"
Yeah, right. Yeah. And Ryan he was so surprised he paused too long.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, everyone did a great job, and
man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was
a hell lot of fun to watch. I'm not much of a sports guy, and I probably said the exact same thing during Combat Con. But I'm not much of a sports guy, but this is like watching the Olympics for me, man. I get to go out, see everybody fight, see everybody cut. Everybody did such a fantastic job. It was just a real pleasure to watch.
Well, it's the medieval Olympics, so all
Yeah,
of a sudden we're interested.
Yeah. And then
son of a bitch, it is snowing again.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so did we talk about this live? I don't think we did.
I don't know.
So I'm in
Florida.
Florida. It's 68.
68.
Oh,
right
that's not fair.
So they were going to drive up some blades for heat treat today, and then they woke up and literally just feet of snow covering everything.
Well, yeah, 12 inches of snow in 12 hours, and it's still going.
All right, man.
So yeah, maybe not doing the heat treat just yet. I don't have some sled dogs handy.
Right.
You know.
How cold is it there? Like 20? right?
20 degrees.
20 degrees. Actually, I figured it'd be colder than that with all the snow.
Yeah,
you're
no,
getting.
it's not crazy cold. The wind is a killing factor here.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
that's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
those
got-
lakes
we
are all
got-
falling at a 45 right now.
Yeah, I mean, what it's, I don't even know, 8 to 10 inches on like the rooftops, except for the wind has blown it all off. So it's like,
Yeah.
It
sucks.
crazy. It does. It's cold.
Can you imagine us trying to drive back in this?
I mean,
From LA?
that drive was already long.
The
enough.
drive was rugged. If I, you
How
know,
long was
if we could have, I would have rather stayed one more night and got an early, fresh sleep start.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
How long
you
a drive?
know,
That's like
11
an
hours.
hour.
Well, no, I think we made it in like under 10, like 9.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like that.
We were, we were
Hey,
speeding.
hey, no, we weren't.
Wait, what was the question? I missed that.
Yeah, no.
You guys didn't stop anywhere?
We stopped a couple times.
What are you, crazy? We're men.
Just hanging out the window, you know?
We stopped in the sense that we went through a drive-through at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah,
There you go.
definitely.
So-
No, I'm trying to think. We left LA at like
7:30.
7:30, 7:45-ish, and
Yeah.
I think
Got
I
home
dropped. I dropped
5:30.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I
It was
think
6
I
o'clock?
dropped you off at like 6:15 or something like that.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But there's the time change in there, so
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys still got home before I did that. So,
yeah, sucker.
Yeah.
yeah, my flight was, I sat in the LAX airport for 4 hours before I got on
Oh
the
my
flight.
gosh.
Yeah. That's the thing. I didn't want to drive because I didn't want to waste 20 hours of our time.
Right.
But Colton's right. By the time like you would have like counted all the time, it would have taken longer to fly there
It's
Right.
almost
and
sixes.
back. It's almost 6s, and we save money. We don't have to pay
Granted.
for the sword baggage or anything.
If you're on an airplane, you can take a nap rather than if you're driving. So
We'll
Yeah.
watch a movie.
yeah,
or have,
watch a movie,
Yeah.
a bag of peanuts or something, whatever you can.
But
Peanuts
if you're
or-
driving,
we could have
and
we could have peanuts on the drive. I guess.
Yeah. Now we get to stop for food. We stopped for Cracker Barrel on the way out. That was delicious.
Ooh, we
Yeah.
did. I had chicken and dumplings. So Cracker Barrel, if you're listening, give us more free food.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good.
It was good.
So one other cool thing that they had at the tournament, and I'm not sure if it was part of the vendors or if it was just a seminar, but they had somebody, I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now because I know his name, but I'm blanking on it. But a gentleman brought a bunch of original pieces. From, like probably, so he had a couple long swords that were probably 16th century.
Yeah.
Maybe 17th century. And then he had a bunch of sabers, right? I'm trying to remember everything he had.
Well, so the way
there was a few different people.
Yeah, the way I understood it, it was actually like each kind of table was set up. There was like 3 or 4 different people that brought in different historical stuff. That's why it was so varied, because we got like a lot of Scottish stuff, some longsword stuff, some sabers. So like everybody's collecting historical weapons, and they're all just like, let's bring them in and show them off because they're awesome people that wanted to come show us cool stuff.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. Like that may have been one of my highlights, was being able to handle some historical pieces like that. Like
totally.
So I'm excited. Cool. Now that we're somewhat kind of out of season right now, I guess it's a good term. Although you guys are going to have, I don't know when summer starts for Evermore.
End of May.
May.
Well. Sorry, it opens up May. It starts getting warm weather at the end of May for Utah.
So maybe before then, we could all take a trip to either the Chicago Museum or the Met.
Oh, sure. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and actually look at the original pieces, or I mean, shoot over to the UK. So I don't know if we'd be able to do that, but
I'd be down.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how much that costs for you guys coming out from Utah.
Yeah.
But no, I've never flown that distance, so
I don't know.
But yeah, we got a video of Josh holding one of the Scottish blades, right?
Yeah.
Yep. With my finely tuned,
combat ability,
swordsmanship.
Is there any setup for this one, or is it?
Just get it over with.
Look at that! Yeah.
It looks terrible.
Got
Oh,
fine
man.
thrusty blade. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad now more than ever, because we had talked about how some judges, if you don't take it seriously, will deduct you, and I don't take anything seriously ever. Like here we're handling these like antique swords, and I'm like,
Yeah.
look at me go.
Turn into
And
what's the
I
guy's
should
name
take
from
things a bit more
Armory?
seriously.
Yeah.
So, they're like, look at that dumbass. What an idiot. But whatever. It's still fun.
Well,
Did
so
you guys learn a bunch from those pieces though?
I was just gonna bring
Oh,
that
yeah.
up. Because I'd never held a historical basket hilt like that, and I could not believe how thin that blade got up
Paper
there. Like,
friggin' thin at the
insanely
tip.
thin.
The
Which,
distal taper is uncanny.
yeah, well, they don't start out very thick to begin with, like maybe 3/16,
Yep.
and they're
Right.
dropping well below 0.1, like
Yeah.
maybe half that.
So it's very
that's-
common in the 17th century, especially.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, basket hilts going back further than that, that's common as well. But so those
Yeah.
particular ones, I believe, are 17th, 18th century, and yeah, those get pretty darn thin.
He had a big range there. The one he was saying was a 1595, I believe, and then the two other ones were later than that. But
Okay, so 16th century,
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, they were impressive. They were
Yeah.
very cool to handle, and it's awesome that these guys all brought them out and just let whoever come up and play
Totally.
with them. And
Yeah,
they were
the thing
like
that
that.
always surprised me about the basket hilts, the original ones, is when I started seeing original ones at the time, my only experience with basket hilts was some modern makers, and modern makers tend to make those baskets way too big. So
Yeah,
right.
no,
when you
they
look at
were.
originals,
Yeah.
it's really tight around your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, those
It was
were
really
very
cool
nice.
to see the Cossack swords. The Cossack swords were really rad as well.
I didn't see those.
Yeah, they have like an indention, like a channel in the pommel that's made to turn them upside down and hold a rifle to steady.
yeah.
That's super rad.
Yeah.
A lot of them were really cool. There was a lot of really.
Yeah,
Oh,
cut out a little bit, but
Did you cut out there?
Did I?
yeah, you
Yeah.
did a little bit.
Sounded
I
like
don't know.
your brain just blue screened for a second. It was really cool. Spunk.
Yeah, no, I definitely took some inspiration from those long swords that I'm going to be working one of those pommels into one of my next builds. here.
Yeah. Did they
Like
give a
an
date on those?
octagon. What?
Did they give a date on those? Because I think those are probably 16th or maybe
I don't know if he gave me a date. I can't remember.
I'm sure they did, but there were so many people handling swords. I wasn't trying to
Yeah,
jump around. I was just kind of
yeah.
like,
I was just
these are cool.
happy to see them walk up and be
Yeah.
like, "Ah, this is cool." Let me held it for a second.
Yeah.
But no, like
And
they
it
were
was fun.
letting people like. I mean, you saw Josh do it, but in a more dainty way. But they were back
Yep.
there running. Oh, I can't think of what to call it right now.
Just like techniques with them.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to say running drills, but that's not the. I don't know.
Forms.
Forms. There we go. So yeah, they were letting them handle them like
Yeah.
however you'd like. Just try
Yeah,
them
that's why I
out, see
wasn't-
how they feel, and
That's why I wasn't entirely sure. Like one of them looked like it could be a Victorian piece. That was kind of a Victorian recreation of like a
Yeah.
16th century piece.
Could
but
be.
I wasn't sure, but yeah, they were all pretty cool, and
Yeah.
it's great. Anytime you get a chance to hold something like that, it's always a great learning opportunity.
yeah, no, that was definitely a highlight. A lot of cool people, a lot of cool stuff. So
Yeah, awesome. Well, so yeah, SoCal again. Thanks to everyone that was running that tournament, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of
Yeah.
fun, and we hope to be back. I mean, it was good for us from a sales point of view as well.
Yeah.
All did really well, and I think we packed up a little early on Sunday. Not really, but when we were leaving, I know people were like, "Hey, do you still have that whatever piece online?" So yeah, we're gonna post. Excuse me. Anything we have left, we're gonna post online, and hopefully next year we'll have more.
yeah,
Thank you for everyone that came out and handled our swords and chatted with us and just had a quick laugh. And thank you especially to those who purchased something and helped us along in our never-ending quest to feed ourselves.
yes,
and then those who came by and took videos of the booth and posted them online, and
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's just been awesome. So yeah, I mean, next up for us then is we get to relax for a little bit finally. So I think I'm going to spend a couple more days relaxing and then back in the shop. I have the custom pieces I want to get done, so I'm not fully relaxing because I'm still working on those.
I am going to do the opposite of that, and I got to keep working. I'm going to keep working.
Yeah, well, you're getting ready to move,
And
right?
then I move Friday.
So, that's right. It's Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to finish these like 6 commissions I'm doing, and then leaving out probably around lunchtime Friday to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. And I can't get into what my job is on air or anything, but I am leaving for a job, and I will be resigning there. So, Philip Martin and all you other Arizona sword nerds, what's up?
Yeah.
Well, and you shall be missed in Utah.
Yeah.
And you must come back and join us.
I told myself I wasn't going to cry. So
Oh, don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
won't.
Okay. I knew you wouldn't.
I'll miss you too.
We're traveling so much now that we're all pretty much
we'll still see each other at least a couple times a year minimum,
or more.
Absolutely.
Minimum.
Hopefully even more so, because for Utah we'll likely be for the Utahns and whoever travels to Utah, Colton and I will likely be vending over at Evermore for Mythos and Lore. And I will make it a point to come down once, maybe twice a month, just to hang out on the weekends with Colton and shoot the shit with all you guys again.
Yeah. I won't be able to get there that much, but definitely want to be out there for some of that. And so one thing we're kind of looking forward to is with Josh in Arizona is expanding capabilities, right? So we find more things in Arizona that can help us, and awesome. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So so here in Florida, we don't have anything. Basically, my next event will be Combat Con, so I'll be doing basically finishing off the custom pieces, and then probably diving more into seeing if I can get the website updated eventually, which it's not. Don't go to our website right now. And then trying to get more pieces made for Combat Con, and so it should be good. And then after Combat Con, I guess, so there is a tournament prior to Combat Con. We just heard about it, though, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do it this year, but it's up in Washington State, I think, or maybe.
Oh,
they weren't sure yet, Washington or Canada.
Yeah.
So that would be a lot of fun, but we just don't know enough about it. So hopefully Julian, if you're watching, make sure to send us that info. I'll shoot you a message on it just to remind you. But that one might be cool. If we can get there, because that's a place I think all of us have wanted to go anyway. So
if not, it's going to be July before we know it, man. It's like
you sound like a robot.
Am I breaking up? Am I choppy? What am I?
Oh, all right. Oh, not to me.
Oh, maybe it's just my end this time.
So at the very beginning, Chris was doing the same thing, and everything he said was like.
Yeah. Hopefully we're all clear online. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be able to hear any of this.
Garbage.
But yeah, so if we can get up to Washington, that would be cool.
Washington's amazing. Definitely.
I need one thing I need to get done for Matt Jensen, who's also a big online sword reviewer before April. So I need to get that done. Should be fun. So I guess we'll call it there because I know I'm tired. So I'm guessing you guys are.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us. Let's do some quick outros. Again, my name is Chris. You can find me at Sterling Armory on Facebook, here on YouTube, and then on Instagram, although that's another thing I need to update is Instagram. It's a little bit behind. And over to Josh.
I'm Joshua Von Warbear. You can find me on Instagram at warbear_armory or on Facebook at Joshua Von Warbear. Or Josh Warbear on Xbox.
You're really pushing that.
I just started getting into DMZ more, which is just like parachuting into a sandbox and fighting whoever and the computer, and it's a lot of fun, but also frustrating because it's designed for 3 people teams, and I don't have anyone on my team.
So, I have a PS5 now.
Whoa, we can crossplay.
Yeah, should be able to. Yeah.
If you get it, we can hook up. And
isn't that cosplay, but the other way?
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
there is. Yeah.
Nailed it.
I've been meaning to get into anyway,
Yeah.
and I probably will very soon.
Hey, does that? Sorry, I'm totally sidetracking everything. Doesn't that Dungeons and
Oh, yeah.
Dragons movie come out?
Say what?
Doesn't that Dungeons and Dragons movie come out like now?
I think it's
Oh
soon.
man,
I don't know.
Maybe.
We
We
gotta
gotta
watch
watch it. Obviously, I think Vox Machina is much better, which is weird because Vox Machina is just an animated version of the Dungeons and Dragons movie. I think it's different storyline, but I think it's just better done. For some reason, I think D&D stuff is just easier to believe when it's animated and just kind of ridiculous. That was a really long outro for me. We're still going at it.
Yeah.
Like 6 minutes.
All right.
Sorry, man. Off the phone.
Join him on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Colton from Copperthorn Customs. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all at Copperthorn Customs, and then also Sterling Armory.
Sorry, forgot to talk about your mini swords. I knew I was forgetting something.
Oh,
Mini
yeah,
swords.
mini swords.
Yeah,
Ooh, they were
Those things
mini.
are adorable.
yeah. Everybody loved them, and you sold them
Now they're
all.
gone.
All, right?
Yeah, sold out mini swords.
Sold out.
So
No, I will continue to make those as many as I can. They're an awesome little break. I recommend it to you too. You're sitting there grinding big blades, and you're just like, my back.
Yeah.
Just grind out a mini sword, put it all together. It's
That's
really
kind
fun.
of how I started in Chris's shop, is making like miniature versions of my favorite anime swords.
yeah.
And
I thought I had a video on those, but I guess I forgot to load it. So it'll be on our Facebook page though. We have a video where it's only on the small swords or the mini swords. You can't tell they're mini. And I reached in and grabbed one. I thought I had it here, but it's not here. So next time. So
Here, let me pull up my phone and try to show it.
right, I know. So if you're on our Facebook page, jump over there. So alrighty, well, I guess that'll be it. And thanks for joining us, guys. And sorry we're tired right now, but yeah, and please,
Indeed.
if you have other sword talk topics, please let us know. We got actually somebody sent me some while we were at SoCal, and I forgot to read those. So
Me and Josh came up with a couple on the drive home that I think we forgot most of. So
Yeah. I don't remember anything.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks again, and we're signing out, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Yep.
Later, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, Colton didn't even do his outro.
Oh,
it's too late now.
I don't. No, it's not too late. We're still here.
Quick, do it now.
What's my outro?
I thought
What are you doing, Chris? What's the outro?
I don't know.
That's where you tell people where you can be found on your social medias.
I already did that.
You already did that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to do it, and then we
That's
went
how
straight to
tired we
small
are.
swords.
Right.
No.
We went straight to mini swords.
I already said it.
Good
Wait.
shit, man.
Wait. Chris, drop you and Warbear out. Leave me for a second. I am alone. Wait.